Hello and welcome back to Math Class with Mr. Kura. Today we're going to talk about identifying functions. So first of all, here's a definition of a function where every input or x value has only one output or y value. So every x value can only have one y value. So if we are looking at a graph, that's the easiest way to tell if something's a function. We can use something called the vertical line test. So when we're looking at a graph, we ask ourselves, is there anywhere I can draw a vertical line? And the vertical line goes through the graph, through the line here. Here's my graph. When I draw my vertical line here, can I find anywhere on my graph where I can draw a vertical line and it passes through the graph more than once? On this one, I don't see anywhere where I could draw a vertical line and it would touch my pink line here, my graph, more than one time. So we would say this is a function. If it passes the vertical line test, it is a function. It's as simple as that. So on my next one, here's my graph. I ask myself, is there anywhere on this graph that I could draw a vertical line and it passes through that pink line or the graph more than once? Yeah, pretty easy, and obviously it passes through 2 times. So this one is not a function. That is not a function because it says where every x has only one y. So at this point right here, my x could be whatever x is. Let's say x is 5 right here. Well, then what's your y value? Is it positive, this positive value, or negative value? That's what a function is. If I have an x that has more than one y value, it is not a function. All right, so once again, over here, since it's pretty obvious, right? Is there anywhere I can draw a vertical line and it passes through twice or more than once? Yes, so not a function. So vertical line test, if you can remember that, that's a very easy way to see if a graph is a function. But that only helps if it's graphed, right? Now let's move down to ordered pairs. So we have to look and see, is there anywhere in this set of ordered pairs that has an x value that has more than one y value? So we would have to have, in the ordered pairs, we'd have to have an x value that's repeated. So 5, 7, 4, 1. That's all we care about for now. If the x value is not repeated, then there's not an x value that has more than one y value. So this is a function. Now does my y repeat, or my x repeat here? We have a 4 and a 4. And my y values are different, right? So on a graph, we'll kind of just crudely sketch this real quick. On a graph, that would mean at 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I would have a y value of 2, and I would have a y value of 8. The rest doesn't really matter, but if I did the vertical line test, it would pass through it 2 times. So not a function. All right, and our last one here is looking at tables. In a table, it's the same thing as ordered pairs. It's just, this is your ordered pair, right? -2, 5, -1, 6. So look, does my x value repeat? No, so that's all I care about, function. Does my x value repeat? Yes. And my y values are different, so that is not a function. Does my x repeat? Nope. And I always have students who say, well, I have -6 and +6. Those are completely different numbers, right? Think about it on the graph. If I had a graph, -6 is over here, +6 is over here, I could have a straight line that has different points on there, right? So that would be a function. So function. All right, thank you again for spending time in math class with Mr. Kura, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.